Oh, you want to see those?
What's up?
You're on recorder. You're ready to go.
Good.
We'll shut it off whenever I get back. I gotta run up on the hill.
How you shut the thing off?
We'll come right here, I'll show you.
Every time I push
Or I'll
that
show
button,
him
wrong one.
one.
We scared her.
Huh? Where you been?
Red lights and
Oh.
Oh, did you?
Then we scared Kim.
Yeah, yeah, she was like,
You got cussed too, didn't you?
yeah.
PCR.
Oh, there, Mr.
Hi.
And then I can come down and shut the rest of it off later.
You want me to lock this?
Yeah. Right here. As you push the door shut, it's locked.
All right.
I'll be back in a bit.
Hey, you missed a good time Saturday.
Keep sending me all this
Yeah, that's
stuff.
what he said. I ended up having stuff to do with the house.
You know anything built yet?
No.
She
Past
was sending me
two
this
thirds.
stuff, Gene, for Jamaica and stuff, but she won't make a decision.
Oh, yeah?
Where's everybody
I
at?
want to go to the Bahamas. I've never been there.
I don't either. Told JR then. Mario's out in
We
the,
didn't go to the big one, we went to Freeport.
See, that's where I want to go this week.
Freeport, Bahamas, where Dee and I went.
It's pretty,
let me go get him.
pretty.
Who again?
See,
Mario,
I mean,
he's
Mario
there.
goes to
didn't
Jamaica
see
all
him
the
out there.
time, but that's,
You want that?
gets kind of rough.
Maybe he's in the back.
I get all these deals, these internet. I got Cheap Caribbean and another one I get. I mean, you're looking at $700 a person out of Cincinnati. Some of these deals.
I'm gonna try a big one for me in February. My son and daughter-in-law, my two grandkids live in Bradenton, Florida. Dee and I are gonna go on a Disney cruise with them in February.
I got a plan on that in about 4 years with Disney World.
So I'll be going to the doctor in February and getting those things you put behind your ear. I get seasick easy.
I did on smaller boats.
Hey,
What's that?
what are you doing?
Hi, Donna.
What's that?
I know.
Hi.
Just waiting on you to get here so we can get going.
Woody?
Oh, Putty.
What are you doing?
Somebody told me they need, somebody come down there and control a few police officers now.
We've only just begun. We've only just begun.
Don't listen to fish.
Where's he at?
I don't know, Jan said she was coming.
She ain't coming, she called me.
I didn't give her enough notice, huh?
We don't have it set up.
What are you doing? Where you been all day?
You couldn't find me.
It's on.
That was my
Oh, that's what we go with. Is Greg coming?
He knew about it, definitely, but he didn't tell me he was not coming.
Okay. In order. Update on council's proposal.
So, yeah, council approved last night to pay the claims based on our proposal that included free rides for everyone and free admission to the entertainment venue for recipients of utility bills within the city of Lawrenceburg only. All others, general admission, would have to pay for admittance to the entertainment portion based on a price that we would identify relative to the caliber of entertainment that we secured. Other things that were in that proposal?
They also identified or clarified kids' age would be from high school on down.
We can go to high school and get
So
enrollment.
what I took that was from, I think he said 18 down would be kids for free rides.
And that may be difficult.
Isn't that what you guys heard last time?
I did also, one of the council persons, I believe, it might have been Mr. Lawrence, had said, you know, it was kind of a comment, we probably need to, whatever the criteria is, just set it and stick with it.
Correct, correct.
And we're gonna set that, they're not.
Well, I was a little concerned with that age range there. I think that's,
Well, we can go to high school and get
Well, I mean, it sounds like you're gonna have the kids are gonna have free rides and concert entertainment. That's the way I took it.
Yeah.
For Lawrenceburg residents.
Now, for the kids,
All kids.
all kids,
For
that's what was said last night.
What was said last.
We can't do
If
that.
you're 18 years old, if I understand this correct,
18 or less.
you can ride every ride here, no matter where you're from.
Walk in and out of the,
But the thing here, we'll make that stipulation, no.
well, I think.
Well, I think we need some clarification to
Knock
it.
out a criteria, what this is and so on and so forth.
That was the only concern I had with, they gave that broad range there.
We'll just cut it off. Hey, they gave us the right last night to go. We'll just cut it off. Lawrenceburg High School, we'll go through there and get their names, their rosters, their names. We'll do this thing ahead of time. Be a cutoff point, say the end of August. If you don't have a band by then, Lawrenceburg residents, you pay to get in.
But they're making the rides available to all kids, though.
Yeah, free.
Yeah.
But getting into concert, no, 18 and below for Lawrenceburg High School, and that's it.
Well, you don't feel that's still a little, 18 years old shouldn't be a free ride, I'm sorry.
You're an adult.
Yes.
Yeah, but that's a little given away for getting us down through here.
Okay, I think I understand what you're saying, but it seems like, again,
Oh, I agree.
So who sets the act admission price? This committee or?
This committee. They're not saying anymore, that's it. That was a proposal, and that's it. This committee's gonna run everything from now on.
be soft.
We'll set the, I don't care what they think. But, we'll do the pricing on it. It all depends what kind of entertainment we get. I think the fairest way is everybody pays. I really do.
I think.
It's either everybody pays or everybody's free, one or the other.
One or two. And you
I
never keep this thing going. If we don't start getting money in, it's dead. This thing's gone. Because we're gonna cut budgets.
If you charge $5 a person, you're still gonna come out.
Still, well, we wanna get enough to maybe have two concerts. Because they did say something about having one free concert for the city. So we're gonna have to bring income to do that. I wouldn't say it'd be over $15, would you?
No.
That's, who's not gonna go see entertainment for $15?
I think that's even a high price point
Yeah.
for this market.
I mean,
Well, I shouldn't say this market, outside this market would probably pay that,
They will.
but the ones local, you're gonna be hard pressed to get them to pay $15.
First year, maybe, then the newest
Give
will.
it 1 year, and that's it.
Exactly. I guarantee you'll sell this thing out. And they sit there and say, you don't bring people in this town. That's what it was started for, to bring people in here.
I'd go 10. I would go 15.
Well, it all depends what entertainment we get,
Well,
Yeah.
what's it gonna cost us.
So I do have concerns over like our management of the free admissions, 2 entries per recipient of a utility bill. Are we capping at that? Because that's not what
No.
I completely understood last night.
Did you make adjustments if there was more in that household,
If they prove they live there.
Correct.
That's their license. Their driver's license don't have that address on it?
I guess I still have concerns over managing that. If we get them 2 entries and they come back later for more, how would we manage that?
If they don't have their own driver's license and live at that address. You gotta have a cutoff, you gotta have things with it. We're not gonna be able to throw this on their back out here all the way either, because they've got,
Maybe, Kelly, it's something where it's gonna have to be when you submit what you need, when you go to get your bands and say you've got 3 people, you do it all at the same time, there's no coming back.
we have a cutoff date.
Yeah.
Maybe we ought to do it like a Saturday morning. Let them come here so they're not bombarded out here. They still gotta run daily business out here.
So you're gonna have the volunteers do that then, or?
JR volunteered already.
And I guess you need to
I'll be here too.
sign, you need to sign off, and whatever verbiage you wanna put on that
Right.
disclaimer sheet that would say that, 2 vouchers for this household is,
Well, whoever's named the utilities in, plus a guest. Usually, a wife or whatever.
your senior wife's just a
Like she
guest.
said last night, Jane said, well, this spot, this cross street got 6 people. I don't mean they're paying a utility bill.
Well, Acapulco's had houses that had 20 people in it.
Yeah.
Quit it.
Oh, that's right. I mean,
Being my line.
but we
I'm just saying.
We gotta we'll set the rules up, and this is what we're going by. The entertainment, we're getting ready to move on some of that. We've looked at some of it already, but some of it, it all depends what Hollywood's gonna come in with us. And like he said last night, if it was the fairgrounds, he could give more money. But being down here, you know, it doesn't pull in to them like, but they made $1 million more on a Friday night last year than they did the year past.
Well, I think you're gonna have to have that strong, hard discussion. What's your minimum? What are you in for?
And they're looking at entertainment too.
I've pressed hard on that. However, it's really just, it really comes down to them, the entertainment
Who's
that's
there?
selected.
Right.
If that fits their customer base, then they're willing to financially contribute. To what level, I have no idea, because I've always.
So maybe we need to flex to that customer base, which they would buy into, and maybe spring more of that dollar.
Yeah.
Well, I think what they can do now is come to us kind of with a proposal, so to speak, is.
But we're not gonna let them have the whole say. We got money to
No, I'm
send
talking
too.
about, well, like I say, they could have the whole say if they want to buy the whole say,
Well, that's a
couldn't
different story. They wanna do that, yeah, have at it. But I want top name entertainment too.
they? As Luther used to say, talk's cheap, takes
That's right.
money to buy whiskey, you know.
Exactly right. Exactly right.
Is decent entertainment still available to us?
Yeah. There's sometimes we never had them booked into June.
Yeah, I'm talking
out
with
there.
some agents too.
They're out there.
And these will be confirmed, I mean, it won't be maybes and,
Well, you'll bid on it.
Hollywood, is Hollywood involved? Are they
Yeah, they're involved.
Yep.
still participating actively?
Oh, yeah, absolutely. I'm not sure why they weren't why they're not here today, but Greg Tufts, a committee member from Hollywood, presented last night on our proposal. So, yes, he's very much involved in the last conversation that Mayor and I had with him late last week. He indicated that he would be speaking with his marketing director to come back to us with maybe identifications of 10 different acts as potential that they would feel comfortable with, and kind of make a proposal based on that.
The way they do you put it in a bid, you might not hear that at the end of June from them, because they'll play Chicago, then if they're close to them, they may come to you. That's how they work.
Well, Hollywood had something over the weekend that went over pretty well, didn't they? They had concerts?
she was giving out tickets every day for something, what was it?
Yeah, that was, I think, a comedian. I can't remember her name. Carolyn Ray. Yes, Carolyn Ray, you're right.
There's still entertainment out there we're gonna get though. I mean, it'd still be a concert. And the thing is, that puts another wrench in here. You're taking money in. A lot of times it's how much money I get at the admission. So we're gonna have to deal with some of that too. They'll get a cut of the gate.
Yeah, just like, what was your headliner last year?
Kelly Pickler.
No, the guy that
Jamie-
thought he was the
Jamie
headliner.
Johnson?
Oh, Jamie Johnson.
Yeah.
That's the guy I'm gonna run out of here.
Yeah. His manager was saying that, look how much money we bring his town, and you're giving us a hard time. It's like it's a free concert, buddy. It's like, oh.
He shut up after a while.
So I think that contract negotiation, we have some folks that can help us with that through Hollywood Casino, as well as the guy that we've contracted with to do the back line. He's agreed to help us with contract negotiation with the entertainment.
That's another. She did 5 different backlines last year, and she did one. So we paid $12,000 out of backlines and didn't have to. She just won't listen. These microphones are on,
What's back, I don't know, what's back line?
but it's guitars and pianos, different drums. Most of them, all they bring is a guitar, and that's it.
Right.
You, the pianos and all the other stuff, you rent. Well, some of them wants a name brand guitar or something like that. Well, this Danny Davis, the guy that does the lights and everything for us, he works all these bands. He can go to them and say, you both can use this. he'll cut some of that money down on you. But normal people don't know that, and they'll just throw it on. Costs us $12,000 extra. And we could have cut it down to $2,000. You got $30,000 ban, that ain't the whole thing. There's other stuff comes with it.
You have a fencing company? Is Lincoln still the fencing company that's got it?
Or,
To be decided yet.
yeah,
Okay, because I know seems to me you're gonna have a lot more fence this year.
about $30,000 worth more. We're talking about buying some. We paid over, was it $8,000, I think last year we paid?
Yep, $8,100
And
in rental.
tried to get a couple years ago just to buy the fence, and they never would.
Is there an alternative use for that? Because I'm concerned that if we buy all that fence and don't need it next year, if perhaps we're
We're gonna need
permitted to move to the fairgrounds, will we use all of it at the fairgrounds?
We use quite a bit.
Well, at the fairgrounds, we're gonna have some permanent stuff that we need to put in on that backstretch side by the, and that'll be an upgrade like a capital expense that we would have for the parks anyway.
We'll need
It was my
around,
plan for that.
we'll need around the stage, some beer gardens.
We've got 400 foot now.
But Mark can use it during the year too.
Yeah, we use it for
Okay.
demo sites and, but again, that's a lot of fencing though. I mean, we won't need near that much to own.
Start renting it.
I don't know how those laws go. If we,
Oh, we might change these meetings to 4:00. They say having city employees on as goes employment, which it's not, that's a lie. But just to keep them
I got
running
that
their mouths.
statute somewhere here too.
I mean, there's a couple of us councils trying to do all they can to kill us. And I hope these microphones pick that up too, that's true.
do we want to go down through the list?
Yeah, might as well.
I was really hoping Greg would be here to talk further about the entertainment and have some names for us. Not sure why he's not here.
We gotta get, us two and Greg can set up with the Sons about the VIP,
Okay.
so they can get their license and everything set up. We'll have a meeting on that.
How many people, yeah,
Set up
again,
as soon as possible, because we have to send that into the state.
yeah. And we need
We
to
can do something,
add it to our A&E also.
right. We can do something maybe this week.
Whenever you want.
We really need to have our stuff put together by the first week of June, period.
Right. Let's set something up in the
We need to
week.
go out and look at the
Any day is
site.
good with me and Larry Craig.
It's good for you.
Yeah,
Um,
almost like a field trip.
Thursday.
and Use our mapping
Set
and
something up Thursday.
walk
Should
wheels.
set
and-
something up Thursday.
And if you could
None of you guys' contracts all right.
go part, but I know that.
No. Listen,
Yep. We got a signed contract with you. You got exclusive food down in the bowl.
well, I know, but I'm reading on the contract is, I know Lawrenceburg.
This is the same committee,
It's the same.
same committee. It's a select committee set by the mayor.
Maybe, the next meeting, at least, I think we need to go on site out there and start getting some logistics stuff taken
Yeah,
care
we
of.
need to. We'll get together one day, sit down and do this. Johnny, you need to be there too. Gino,
Friday.
we're gonna have
Our
too.
day.
some gates, we're gonna need some policemen at the gates and stuff. They don't have to take the money, just stand in there. We'll work that out. 'Cause plus, go
Do the reserve, I'm sorry.
ahead.
Do the reserves get paid, or can you make that part of their qualification detail? In other words, I wouldn't expect them to work 3 days straight or anything, I'm just
They
saying,
normally get paid, but we could also put that time, so like you're saying, they're not doing it for 3 days for zero.
right,
We could also put that if they can come in and do that for how many hours, that's in lieu of the required monthly training hours.
Good.
See, they have to come and ride so many hours a month.
Right.
If they don't, then they're not permitted.
So that would work out possibly,
But probably the biggest thing, backstage, Mayor, we need some of the people that you trust that have worked it before, so that, I don't have to have a bunch of cops back there, just one
right.
officer as a supervisor,
But they're
and,
gonna answer to you guys.
right,
I mean, you're gonna have security, they're gonna answer to you.
yeah.
But I think where Gene's to the point being, there's probably, I can think of probably 8 guys back there that's been back there probably for the last umpteen years. That would
That's
be
probably-
ideal.
That's probably plenty back there.
Yeah.
8 of them.
That's been back there forever, you know.
So that I can have a police supervisor run those 8 guys, so I'm not putting 8 cops back there. You see
Right.
what I'm-
That's good.
Because I can't,
Yeah.
we have a hard time doing when we go out to Greendale and the county and Dillsboro, and we've even gone, what, Batesville before?
How many bring in? 35, 40?
Try to bring as many as we can.
Well, you got cost too, guys. I know we gotta start looking at this. But I'm gonna cut back some of the city workers. I'm not gonna have them there 16 hours.
If you have
Well, some of those city
25
workers
people and something
double up
goes
as
awry.
security,
Yeah.
and
Well, we
Hoggy's a
got
good example.
better.
But we can bring groups in at different times.
Right.
I
Like I
mean,
was saying, some of those city workers work out of security also.
I mean, they can't work for the city and do security both. They're either gonna do either or. So I had trouble with it one year on that.
While I'm thinking about it, when I was at the Legion Riders meeting last night, they asked me a couple of technical questions. I know an issue came up last year. The Legion Riders are wanting to raffle a shotgun, I believe. Didn't we look at that last year, Mike? And they can't have the firearm on site?
Right, because the year before that, before last, there was a gentleman that had ran a booth space and was selling guns and trying to sell stuff on the street.
You gotta have a license for that, don't you, or something?
Right, so
They
they
have
would,
to have a federal firearms license to actually have it on. Then I think also the committee last year disagreed and didn't want guns
They did.
on display at the festival.
Can you just have a picture of it or
So I'm sure
something?
they can probably use the box. Or-
Yeah.
Then the other question, which I couldn't answer either, and I think this would probably be a committee question, is obviously they want to be down in the hole,
Nope.
close to where all the people are. I said, that would be up to the committee, it wouldn't be up to you or me or,
Well, they got exclusive rights on vendors down the hole.
oh, they're the only one.
They're the only ones. They got a contract.
Food.
They got a contract. Well, food vendor,
Yeah, but you have the shirt vendor down there too, don't you, from the different bands and stuff?
they sell them, yeah. As long as, well, Donna, as long as they're not selling food,
As long as they're not selling,
Yeah,
food,
like
I
I said-
have no problem, we don't have any problem.
I'd keep it like non-profitable people. People's making, the money off of it.
I just told him I'd come and get guidance and report back to him at June.
Who's this, Legion Riders?
The writers over here,
Your safety man.
I wouldn't
He
see,
is the,
I wouldn't see any problem with that.
Faulkner,
Keith Faulkner is
As
the,
long as they're not sick, because they got exclusive right on food, and Legion's got on beer.
I said, they're just asking for a place to raffle them.
I don't see any problem with that.
Just keep in mind, I mean,
You-
you can't be exclusive. If you're gonna let nonprofits in there, there's gotta be, everybody gonna be.
you're gonna have
Well,
everybody.
I don't have a problem telling them,
Well, I'm just saying
they
for
gotta
our,
go wherever they,
I think we gotta be consistent too,
they
though,
were
if
just
we're gonna.
asking for, yeah, so whatever, everybody's comfortable with.
Leave 'em on the
I
street
really
then.
don't care whether they like the location.
I mean, the
tell
crowd
you-
you've been having up top,
Oh.
I mean,
Everybody sells out. All the food vendors, every one of them sold out.
I don't know who in the group at the Riders thinks that you need to be, can't walk through them rides and stuff anyway, I mean, it's just.
Well, I'm not saying I'm against it, I'm just saying we gotta be
You're
somewhat
right.
consistent.
I think we leave them on the street, leave it just like we got it set up. If we start changing, you're gonna have everybody in the world want to
That's all
change.
I'll tell them.
And just tell them that if they can't sell tickets on that street, they're doing something wrong.
we don't think of booth space.
So then they need to apply for
Booth.
booth space like everybody
Say, yeah,
else.
Yes.
let's say you had to do a booth space.
When does that start?
Right now.
Donnie Brown.
Donnie
We-
Brown's.
Did we, set the official prices for that?
But we haven't yet, no. And
Okay.
we need to.
So Keith needs to
Wow.
contact Donnie Bryant.
I'm calling Kelly right now,
Have Keith do it with Kelly?
yeah.
Okay.
We haven't set a price or anything on that yet. The layout probably the same as what we had, we didn't set them all up last year, did we?
No, I think you only had 60-some last year, didn't you?
We're gonna advertise more this year too. She didn't give us all the information on that, we don't know who was the booths or anything, so we're gonna advertise, try to get new booths. Some of them I do, the guy with the Hog Wild Barbecue, he wants to come. And we gotta get a hold of, what's his name, Walt. The guy that had the jambalaya and all that. He was sick last year, he couldn't be there, so we'll get a hold of him.
And like last year, you had city employees picking up, like after Thursday night, they come in and pick up anything in the beer shed, you know, the
Yeah.
cans, and they was saving for their thing. Well, they've told me that they're not gonna do it no more because they ain't allowed to have the money.
They will now.
So it will be back the old way again.
Yeah.
They'll come in and
Those-
clean up.
The cans actually belong to you guys, all you guys see, we're donating to the city,
Well, that's what we did.
that's all you gotta do.
Yeah, they can have it, but we gotta make sure it's.
That was called Lawrence had a guy working with him come in, was picking them up.
Yeah, he had it, 2 years ago.
Right,
He works for one of your council members.
yeah.
But like I said, we need to know that, or we'll have to find other way to.
They'll come in and
to
pick
clean
them up.
up.
They'll pick them up.
So who does that, Mayor?
City.
City employees?
They're
And,
putting their, pop fund. coffee
Okay.
fund.
If I'm hearing this
See, the city ain't
correctly,
got anything in that.
Yeah.
That belongs to you.
Right.
and they're
It
donating.
sounds like to me.
City can't control that.
That maybe after it's over, he needs to come and say, we are gonna give this to them. Make it
Yeah,
all
that's-
nice and hunky-dory.
Right.
That'd be the thing to do. I guess I'll just say the Sons is giving the can to the city employees of Lawrenceburg or out.
For their, coffee fund.
Right.
I think that would probably be the
Yeah.
best.
We're donating to
Right.
the city of Lawrenceburg.
So actually, they belong to you guys.
We don't want nothing to do with it.
Well, I know, but
It's a blessing they come in and do it.
they do a good job cleaning it up too, they do.
And that's, like I said, that's. all I got on that.
while we're talking about vendors, if there's anyone, that you recall specifically, being here last year, I'll go ahead and put them on the list and try to reach out to them. But as you may run into those folks, please ask them to contact me so I can get them on our list for Donnie.
I go to a lot of these events. We'll get a paper made up. and I'll start
Flyer?
handing
Okay.
Flyers out.
Kelly will,
Will, W-I-L-L?
Johnny, you have anything on,
32,
fireworks evacuation?
3557.
Evacuation will probably pretty much be the same, see what we tweak with the new setup. Fireworks, do we just need to bring it up when we got a bigger quorum to decide to go with? Because all I gotta do is let them know and probably
Are
sign
you,
the paperwork.
are you bidding that or?
It was quoted, and Joe Rossi was the most reasonable at 7,900, I believe, which he's done it, they've done it before.
if you did the ground stuff, so that'd be in the
Okay.
ballpark, I take it? then?
Well, they didn't quote that part. It'd be Rossi's famous fireworks. They didn't quote it, so
Okay.
it would just be all area.
Yeah.
So, Johnny, would it be fair to look for a sponsor of that for $8,000? That way, maybe, give or take a little bit, that's maybe some signage or whatever can be
Yeah.
done for that sponsor?
And just make sure that it wouldn't be a firework type signage. It would just be fireworks sponsored by whoever. Yeah, 79, hold on a second here. Rossi's.
We'll also have it set up the last song that last band plays, as soon as they're done, that fireworks go off. We used to have it worked out like that.
Last year it was 1 o'clock.
Well, because she left, when the second band come on stage, she left, nobody knew what was going on.
Hey,
She didn't leave the
Last year.
Yeah.
itinerary to us.
So you may want to rephrase that.
Me and
They're going
him
off
will be
at-
in an
No,
argument,
you
'cause
set
it's
it up.
at 10:30 sharp.
You can set it up what time that last song is.
Right.
And once he sings that,
Last
boom.
year was
We're gonna get them out by 11.
1 o'clock.
Hey, 10:30 sharp, they're going, whether there's
Yeah, that's what I'm
belt
saying.
mountain
He may
music
still
or
be
not.
singing 10:30, boom.
Fireworks need to go off, they wanna get mounted
Yeah.
on stage.
Exactly.
We tell them this time it's going, your last song's in, we're gonna set them off this time.
That was part of the quote was, fireworks will start at 10:30 PM.
For years past, we had to sit right up to the thing. She took off, nobody knew what the agenda was. She went over to Argos to the hotel.
Yeah, it was 1 o'clock last year, I remember.
Oh, it was a
quite
mess.
well.
It was a mess last year, you wouldn't believe how it was.
Well, the year before, it was delayed because of Clint Black. He wasn't on court.
That's supposed to be all set up.
That guy last year wasn't getting off stage, though.
Diggy Betts.
I didn't understand what he was saying.
Sounded like Santana. I mean, he played the same key over and over and over.
But yeah, as far as the evacuation plan,
But
that's,
it's time to quit.
we'll get things worked out there, but it'll be the same,
Okay.
pretty close.
Well, we can get it down, Pat, we wanna get that crowd out there by 11 o'clock. 11 o'clock, they're out, kept going out there.
And maybe, Mayor, we should have our meeting regarding the location of that VIP area after we go do the site meeting.
Well,
And maybe you should
There-
come to that site meeting.
he will, his won't change. Any of his beer gardens, it'll be the same. They're just gonna be adding inside his beer garden.
It'll be inside, and there'll be, what I like, is put another fence up across it,
We will.
and then you'll have a tent, you know what I'm saying, over where the VIP, and the regular crowd won't, they can't get into that.
Can't get in, that's where the warm there.
From where they come, you'll have two entrances, you're
Right.
gonna have that.
That will be. Well, you're gonna be in that meeting.
Yeah. I need-
Okay.
I think we can take him out that back gate, because we're gonna have a placeholder for him to park on the back side.
That's what we got figured, but like I said, we have to sit down and talk to you people about this.
They were actually talking about bringing them at the adult center in that back parking lot and the side parking lot and shuttle, we can actually take shuttle back and forth to cross the bridge and bring them right in the back here.
Much.
I would
I'll
say
wait
right
for
there,
pricing, I wanna find out.
right where them bleachers is at, you set up a thing, tent right there, and a fence blocking that off.
This for the VIP.
We're selling
Hollywood.
tickets.
It's for Hollywood or high rollers,
And we'll sell tickets for it
sell
too.
tickets for it.
That's,
You guys get all the beer out of it.
I don't know if you had time to even pay any attention, we spun those bleachers around at the ballpark there. Did they use those quite a bit, or
Yes, some people said,
Some people.
did it?
some people said, it. They got up there and said. it.
Because we can make like a
But what
bleacher
you-
section for the VIPs.
That's where you should put your
Yep.
tent back there, you know what I'm saying? And opening would be coming up through that convention center there, that where the door would be there. And they wouldn't have nothing to do. I mean, we would have the bartenders there at the VIP.
Yeah, we can block that off,
Don't
separated.
need to.
Because you'll have to come up.
You need to put up some kind of tent.
Right.
That's the beer garden, here's the bleachers, like that. The said stage is there.
Because you don't want to put a tent up there close to where the band's at.
No, it'd be on that back portion, like I said, I can move those bleachers.
And that entrance is right here, because there's the watch call.
Yeah, the walk and, or those,
The way that walkway
Community
comes through
center.
here. That'd be great for that. All right,
well, he's talking about putting the VIPs over here.
yeah,
Yeah. Yeah.
and have that tent back where the bleachers are.
Yep.
Like I said, we need to just go over there and walk it out.
Yep.
Thursday,
Look at it.
she'll get hooked up with Greg, and we'll all get together, so I'll let you know.
You can get, like I said, because we have to get it sent into the state drawings.
We have to mark it off too, footage-wise.
Yeah, I need lineal footage, and John and I have been looking at some water-filled barricades and Johnny came with a great idea, use them also for the music on the river.
You
So I
got,
think
you got in your budget?
Probably for about 4 or 5 of them.
You're gonna need probably about 20.
Yeah, each department, that's my thought, each department
Yeah.
kick in on it.
And these can be used with the forklift.
We can use them all over.
Yeah.
Leave music on the river down here,
These,
or the thing Pat has.
Music on the street.
That's a good idea. You sure you don't have more in your budget, 4 or 5?
well,
Say
if you
10.
look at police, fire, EMS, Civil City, I mean, we can, about 4 or 5 apiece. Hey, can you tell I thought that one out?
You did.
But low, our budget's low, we got cut.
You haven't got cut yet.
You know what they call Jersey wall, it's concrete?
Here's,
These are plastic and water filled. And you put them, and a big concern has been of all of us, especially down here on where people are sitting in the streets, is a car getting out of control. You know, say somebody have a medic and run it, these will help slow it down. So, and we can utilize these for that.
Thing is, I gotta
fall
pay a guy to
fest.
come in and move these things.
Oh,
no,
drain the water out or
no,
forklift.
his people can pull the plug on them.
Yeah, we can move them around.
Cause I don't have to pay a guy overtime to come in and move these things.
No.
Well, we're already at Music on the River.
Alright,
So we just pop the plug in them and then take them back with us so we can get a trailer,
we'll get a trailer for you.
you know?
As long as I don't have to pay anybody extra.
Because we're already paying these guys,
Well, even,
to come
even
down and
Pat's
work
group,
on detail.
her workers could actually, her volunteers could move
Pull the
them.
plug.
Yeah.
You guys put them on a trailer,
Yeah.
we'll get a trailer.
yeah, I mean, they're,
Or they can be stored over in the parking garage.
I would just, honestly, I mean, I'm okay with having these guys set them up, fill them up, and then tear them down and take it back. I mean, that's part of their span that they're there anyway.
Good. You're probably gonna need 20. What are those, 6 feet?
6 feet.
I just
Gotta go
need
across
8
that
for
front of the stage.
He needs 8 for his deal. He's already got it staggered
Yeah,
and laid
that's
out.
where we would use those.
We
And,
should try and afford
and
it.
what we'd look, or what I've been looking at is, it was concerned about putting them totally blocking the street. I don't know why we couldn't stagger them and then you could still
Drive.
maneuver
back
through it.
home.
You could put a barricade in there, you know, if you had to, but just, then they would be set, stop a car, but you could still make access with life squad, police car, you know,
Right.
whatever. Or we could spend the 60 grand for the,
The gate flop up.
There's 2 of them.
There's 2 of them.
We need to do this.
60,000 for 2 of them.
We need to have show a good faith effort,
yeah.
I think, in this to show that safety-wise, we're concerned, because I think we've been on borrowed time
Oh, yeah.
I think we have
for a
to.
while.
Because Madison, me and Mario talked one day, Madison's had 2.
I was there for one.
And then they just had one up, where was, oh, they had one in Louisville, and then somewhere else, so. With, as often as we have these street parties alone, we're gonna get in trouble.
Good idea. Well, she's paying for all of them though.
Yeah, we'll have enough.
Don't tell me, I know what you got in your budget.
Honestly, I think if you get Bobby and Gene and myself, and we can, that's
Civil
5
City,
apiece.
Brad.
Civil City, 5 apiece.
How much is that contingency fund?
I've got a line item. I've got a line item for safety.
Non-reverting?
Yeah, because I bought that truck last year.
Yeah, he lost it.
Still probably $200,000 there.
Well, Keith's got a line item. Safety line item.
Yeah, we'll take from everybody's.
Do we have a pricing?
He's, hasn't gotten back unless there's an email in there now.
Well, we'll look at it, and we'll pop it, you know. The only way Mills is gonna do anything unless you tell him, so he'll have a stroke if I tell him.
He's got more money than all of us.
Oh, yeah, he
You
does.
like vinegar and water.
He is.
Alright, I'll talk to him.
I think Fryman's got some money too.
There you go. Building department too.
You know, for like buildings that he has to condemn right away. We roll these right out there and.
Block the sidewalk.
Yep.
Gene, you guys got any more? Just staffing anything?
So we're gonna meet on site then, next meeting? Is that what I'm hearing?
Sounds good to me. I
Well,
think we need to establish
yes.
that time.
I think we ought to go 4 o'clock, 'Cause some of them's nervous being here.
I just
It's
got
not,
Indiana
it's
code.
not ghost employment.
Committees and, boards is on my, job description, so I think I'm good.
Well,
I think I'm salary, so.
Well, that
For-
too.
Well, we're all salary.
Yeah, so I don't think,
I ain't.
Oh,
You got a little spare,
you just went to the wrong place to go to work.
got a little spare.
So that's gonna be on 27th?
27th, we better do it at 4 o'clock though. Is that all right? with
That's
everybody?
fine.
27th at 4 o'clock.
Do you want to do that, every week at 4 o'clock? What is it, 27th of Tuesday? Yes.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, let's do
you
every
wanna
meeting
do
4 o'clock.
Tuesdays at 4 PM. So now this meeting needs to be public, however, we're, meeting,
so do we advertise
On-site.
these then?
Yes,
yes.
yes,
And you're taking care of that, Cal?
yeah.
Yes, through Jackie.
From now on, we have every Tuesday at 4 o'clock, till further notice.
But now this one that we're gonna do off-site or on the
the
site out
location.
there,
Mhm.
should I just advertise that the meeting will be held there?
That meeting, yes.
Okay.
So we're gonna walk it over next
Tuesday.
Tuesday at 4.
No, we're gonna meet with you Thursday.
Okay, Thursday at,
Then we're gonna have a walkthrough next Tuesday on site.
what time we're gonna meet?
She's gonna find from Greg what time Greg can be there.
Just find out and just give me a call.
Because what I'll do, after I'll generate a map that I'll bring back to
Yeah.
Tuesday's meeting.
I think I got a copy of the old map.
Yeah, I've got it.
Okay.
We gotta make evacuation routes different and everything like that.
Just a quick question, back up to item 3. Kelly, was you gonna type up guidelines for the wristband and stuff? Just so we
Yes,
Get
I
the
can-
guidelines together?
I can do an early version of that. Maybe we ought to meet here on the 27th in case there are, people that want to participate. Meet here first and then go to the site.
Okay.
Okay.
That or you can post a sign out there.
We can have a little meeting here, then go to the site.
Okay. That'll work.
That way you just keep the advertising the same.
I gotta change it to 4, but yeah, 4, yeah. Weekly, 4 PM, Tuesdays, until further notice. At
What else you have,
Council Chambers.
Gene, somebody said something about 3? Oh, get to, okay. We'll get a budget set up too. Entertainment, well, we don't know where we're at. Oh, man, I just hung up on him.
I still got all that.
We haven't really established is anything as far as, admissions and ages and all this. I mean,
Rudy?
Well, rides will, we have established, kind of what we've outlined today has been established, that the rides are free.
18 and under, no matter where you live. Okay.
And that was how Murray Brothers' contract was already outlined,
Right.
and kind of defined there that we would have to change some things in order to be able to charge anyone. I think it's difficult to manage under 18, whether you live here or somewhere else, since they really have no identification
I think
factor associated.
That could work in the benefit as parents, parents are gonna bring their 14, 13, 12-year-olds down, say, here you go, ride, I'm going here.
Absolutely.
Well, then you stop thinking about people, I mean, people that go to the Aurora Farmers Fair, they don't blink an eye about buying ride tickets.
Oh, absolutely, it's just the
I mean,
opposite.
it's just, yeah.
It's just the opposite.
They don't blink
And
an
that
eye
might be
about-
something to throw out there.
Right.
This is no different than, we're just charging for the entertainment and not the rides.
Yeah.
So, I mean,
That's
so
a,
you haven't really established on the
He called, I didn't take it.
admission for the
Rudy called.
entertainment yet,
That's who just called.
how that's gonna go. I mean, whether it's gonna be
Oh.
free for Lawrenceburg residents and everybody else pays. Free for everyone or
Who is the
charge
big name?
everyone.
Oh, no,
This lady
it's
seems
going
less
to be,
Ferraro.
well, as it was defined by, council last night, they agreed that if we, offered, utility bill recipients in Lawrenceburg free admission, that they would be satisfied with that, and then charging everyone outside of the city of Lawrenceburg.
We're on 74 and Dry Fork.
If you pay electric bill here at Lawrenceburg, you
Just going around 74.
Get two bands.
I'll continue putting in.
you and two people.
It's not ideal, however, I think it's the best compromise we could come to, I think.
Yeah.
Hey, Mayor, we looked at it this way. When you were out there on the phone, and it was actually Putty's, or Donna, one of them, is we're basically doing what Farmers Fair does, just the opposite. We're charging for the entertainment and the rides are free. It's free entertainment, and they charge for the rides.
Exactly, there's no difference.
And I guarantee you're putting $10-15 per person on rides.
Oh,
That's
yeah.
expensive.
We spend $100 for raffle tickets walking down through that Midway.
So that's a way to,
It is, and then,
It's, you're gonna hear it. As soon as ever since we've had this festival, all I ever heard from Aurora, the Petties and all of them is, you can't do that, you can't do that, we can't keep up with you. Well, I walked down through it last year, that place, you couldn't people enter another person. It was packed. And I walked up to Larry and I said, Larry, where do you come up with this? We're hurting you down here.
that's one way to attack the naysayers.
They're all right. We give them money every year for that Farmers Fair deal too.
are you gonna have package deals
Here on County
on
806
this?
I think there's pre-sale specials in there.
Oh,
If
yeah.
you pay this amount of price, it admits you Friday and Saturday, or this price Friday only, or?
We've discussed it, nothing has been established definitively yet, though.
We talked about it though. We gotta find out what our entertainment is.
Advance sales.
Oh, it's all gonna be advanced. We don't know why coming today, we're gonna have a ticket booth. But we want these sold out and you come with a band, go through the fence. So we don't have crowds backed up.
Right, right.
We'll pre-sell this thing, it'll sell out.
You're gonna have like package deals, like Friday and Saturday, Saturday only, Friday only.
Probably will.
Gene, on these bands we're talking about, and you're talking to one of the experts of getting in events free. Since we're gonna have these bands probably 2 weeks to a month early, you can go get a blue band or a yellow band or whatever else and stick on your arm and walk on through a gate. How do you,
Mario, I've thought about that, and I'm thinking we could get something with a specific identification, whether it may be a little bit expensive, but something like a hologram. I know they make some that have like the barcode, we don't have the barcode readers, but they do make some like that, if we could
Hollywood's got it.
rent
It
the
would
barcode readers.
it would take something like that to really be,
Agreed,
I
yeah.
know I got a son that's an expert at it.
Well, Hollywood's got a bar reader though.
Yes, they do, they have several.
Possibility we can use that.
We talked about it, touched on it. We still have to come up with an occupancy load, right, correct?
Right.
Once we get it figured out, and that's gonna decide on how many bands or tickets we're gonna sell.
I don't know if so what do you do?
Something we need to think about.
Yeah, you're gonna have,
We gotta figure, maybe we need to get, we'll throw this on Carl Hean here. Have him come up with a number or see if we can come up with a number. I mean, you don't wanna sell over, 400,000, 200,000.
well, the state's gonna give us that number probably.
They can, yes.
We're gonna give them the square footage we've got available.
And we sell so many bands, that's it.
Have they given that number in the past though, in the last?
No, we've pretty well,
It's been open.
we've pretty well given them such a broad line with,
But now you're corralling them in.
I'm saying now you gotta have, definitely gotta have egress routes.
I mean, we had them in 3 sides before, now we're going 4 sides.
Say we want to sell 30,000 tickets. That's gonna make a difference what the price is gonna be. And what the band's gonna cost us.
yep.
I was approached last year too on inside the beer shed. We was over capacity on the restaurant facilities we had.
Yeah, and you need to look at that.
It was, Friday night at peak time of Saturday night, you cannot move in there. And like now, like I said, we're cutting down, we're gonna cut the size of it down, put this extra one on there.
Well, we can probably give you just a little more room too. We can bring that fence this way, probably 8 feet, wouldn't we?
Oh, yeah.
Now, you talking 8 foot towards not the stage, I'm talking about,
Walnut Street. We can probably give you 8 foot more
To the
there.
east of that building, the wide part
I don't
of it.
think you need it that way, I think you need it the other way, but
Back towards the ball
like I said,
field.
yeah, it's,
That's
I
no
think
problem.
there's
Hey,
room to do that.
I think you should go
So
back
you're
that
saying-
far anyway.
You're saying your back of the house is pretty crowded back there
Yeah,
then.
6 feet.
yes,
And
Yes,
we
I-
kept, did
I
we
don't
keep
know.
that walkway open?
yeah,
It was open?
yeah.
I think you should go back farther anyway.
Honestly, it only needs to be open today.
Yeah, do we
Put the
need
curb in there.
it, do we need it open?
Well, if you're probably gonna have it, you get people standing back there on that fence,
Right.
watching free concert, you know, unless you.
Now, we
black
gotta
it
remember
out.
too,
No, they can't get there.
somebody's gonna be evacuation routes
If the
probably
trails
through
are
there.
open.
But they'll be,
They
I
can't-
would say that evacuation thing will be right the same place last year where they.
No, but you gotta realize, see, that's what you're not thinking.
gotta
The
readjust
whole,
everything.
the whole thing's shut down down there.
Yeah.
So you want,
Right.
everything's dead.
So you ain't got no, there ain't,
Right.
you ain't gonna need.
All we
it.
need to do is put your boundaries in for the,
County work.
Beer garden.
Yeah, you're right.
You can go down the other way more towards the ball diamonds.
like I say, all that, there's no sense of putting in the barricades like we did
Then
before.
you got them, see, then you got your beer trucks parked in there. You
Well,
don't wanna get them in between all that.
Well, it's up to you guys.
It'll be all right, just the way we got. Another thing I want to say, now, at times, we got probably 40 people back there working. And it's, what are we gonna do about them, the ones that don't live in Lawrenceburg?
Some parking we can have behind the,
No,
We ain't gonna have
I'm
enough
just
40
talking
people.
Talking about
I'm
admittance.
just admitting them guys into work.
you gotta get banned. Different color band.
So you will have them available for the, like I'm saying, for the guys that, like I said. that-
Only he'll have them, I'll have them, all these guys,
So
have
for
a
the-
different color band.
I'll have a roster of who
Yes.
the guys are, you know, but.
so you're gonna submit how many workers you're gonna have, and you're gonna have a certain band for the workers.
For the work.
Okay.
Okay.
I had looked
And then,
into
like I said, it's,
everybody photo city.
on Friday and Saturday night, at peak time, you got 40 guys back there.
Right.
But parking wise, if they can park the Legion, bring them over, whatever, and he did that a lot last year.
Don't worry about the parking, they can ferry.
Well, we've got like, don't we have photo IDs or something we wear?
Well,
We talked about getting one of those machines.
I was gonna bring that up. I talked to Mike over that, because as far as city employees, because we had talked about IDs for them, and I asked the mayor, I said, why don't we incorporate a photo ID for all city employees? I mean, that's everybody, with the scan, how we get in the doors, we can do that. And
Yeah, but what kind of cost we talking?
well, we're talking getting started, software and everything up and printing's $1,500 to $2,000.
Well, didn't, Ken said the cards aren't that expensive.
Right.
Of course, the process, and we're getting the software here, I guess here in the next couple of weeks. Here.
How you gonna use software down there?
Well, he's just saying incorporate.
Well, I'm taking care of the city workers, you know how,
But
you
you can
know,
still print just IDs on just cards
Right.
that didn't have the key readers on them.
Yeah.
I've never had any trouble getting in, so don't give me a photo.
He's good, he's got a gun.
How would you do that? I mean,
Well, what he's saying is, instead of us all having like our key fobs here, they
it
would
would just
actually,
be in your photo
We
ID.
can
would be-
program how they get in different buildings and everything like that, can't we?
oh, yeah,
I was just
same,
looking
same
at the
program.
big picture.
He's just
of the
kind of
city.
global
Ah.
with the whole thing.
And then that way, every city worker has a photo ID. And that's what the ultimate goal is for this anyway.
Well, we can do a photo ID for them guys too.
Oh, absolutely.
Theirs just wouldn't have the key fob on it like ours does.
I mean,
They don't
Marie,
have a fob, but-
Marie's always had the ID badges,
Yeah,
right?
it was generic. It was
Machine broke, though.
generic stuff.
Yeah.
And it worked pretty good.
This is, yeah, a little, I think a little better stuff.
We'll look at that.
What software is
We're having new software put in for the
And who's doing it?
Larry's Lot.
Oh, so it's not, I went through, I thought, well, then why don't we look at him and see what
They'd
he's
have,
got to offer, printer and all that.
and tie it into our system.
Yeah. Same thing, Mike, and
Right, this was, I just talked to Mike
In
over.
fact, I got a bill on it today.
yeah.
And then that way, everybody in the city would have an ID, you know, photo ID, and then there'd be no question.
Well, for other things that, you know,
All right. Tomorrow's set up, we're gonna meet down there. Do you guys have any more? I think we need to get something in the paper about concessions though, maybe
Okay.
Cincinnati paper and,
Do we have prices, or should we wait till next meeting so we have a, more participation to determine those
we
prices?
need to come up on a price, because every one of them is sold out.
I'll put that on the
Every
agenda for
one
the
of them.
next meeting.
You know what, they got a 10 by 10 square space at this Music in the Country they used to in Cincinnati. It was $1,000 for 10 by 10 space. I know we can't do that, but that's what they got up there.
so what's been the average here over the last few years?
200, wasn't it?
$200 for like
200 or 250.
about 10 by 20s.
Oh,
I think you ought to base it, isn't one of those booths 10 by 10?
You get a trailer's 28 feet, you gotta sell them 30
Yeah, you'd have to
space.
sell them however many spaces to accommodate, but basically you want to base it off of 10 by 10.
Right,
yeah, because that's a single booth, right?
Yeah.
one single booth.
And if you've got a trailer, yeah, you may have to sell them 3 booths, it may cost
Yep.
them $600.
I think it's fair, because they're selling out everything they got. Help 930, that, the one guy that had that beverage machine, mixed the different beverages, he had nothing left. I don't, whatever you guys think, but I don't think it's off base.
I think they,
Minimum
that's what they
200.
did last year, like if somebody, was over their amount, they had to buy 2 spaces.
Right.
Well, the
Or
tent-
3 or 4.
Right.
Yeah,
The tents cost us $45.
right.
And just remember to stick, however amount of spaces, if you're going to do 60 spaces, then we got to do 60 spaces.
Right.
You know, that area.
Yep.
And I wanna fill them all up.
Because that one year, we got into 60 plus 100 over here.
Well, what we control it this, I mean, before they would
Last year
sell
was-
stuff they wouldn't
Last year was
have.
better than the year
Yes,
before.
it was best, yeah, last year. And they stuck to those 60 spaces.
I think we figured out 100 and some spaces, didn't we?
If we use Tate Street side, we can get 120, I think it was, max.
We'll keep that for overflow, but I like to sell every one of them out, 'cause that's more money coming into this. And we can push it to do it.
How many can we get, Max?
120 we found out we had spacing for, but that's cramming them in there. I think 100 I think we could put 100 on Walnut Street.
100.
Wasn't it straight on Walnut? I think we could put 100. I'd
Okay.
have to look at the map.
But you wanna go $200, 10 by 10? I think that's fair, 'cause they're selling everything out they got. Anybody else on that?
So what's the criteria for your nonprofits? Because I know that's going to come up. Same thing?
Keep it all the same.
Did they do anything different before?
I don't know.
Yeah,
So all I have to pay is $200 then.
what? Yours?
Well, how much area is the beer garden?
No, yours is different.
Yours is 20%.
It works out.
Well, the nonprofits, we can keep down on one end of it.
What, I mean, just need to know now so we don't get like we've done in the past and,
You wanna do $200 regular nonprofits, 150, 10 by 10?
nonprofits did you?
You get churches, stuff like that.
Did they
We
have
probably
a lot
had,
of them, or-
probably a dozen total, I'd say.
Yeah.
That's like the chamber, like Tina and Connie's deal.
They're on the other side of the street now. One side's got water, the other side doesn't.
Well, I mean, that would be the deciding factor, location, definitely.
I think if
So
they
is
got
it-
water,
is it
on them,
extra?
water should be extra. Hey, it's costing us extra.
How do they do that in the past?
They did, they just kind of threw it together.
I tell you what, somebody probably needs to pick Cunningham's brain. 'Cause I think he did it last year, didn't he?
Donnie did most of it.
Did Donnie do it? Well, whoever.
I mean, Cunningham helped out, but Donnie.
I mean,
most
just
of it.
start picking their brain and get an idea of what's,
We should charge extra for water.
yeah, I mean, we
Well, I can
got,
get-
Well, they're getting
the
electric
materials
too.
we got involved in that anyway.
I can get
and
water.
electric?
We can get water on both sides of the street, you know that, don't you? We just never have,
Wiping out my hydrants.
There are no hydrants on the other side of the street.
we run it through the drain pipes.
You know, that's how Murray does down the Royal Fair. He runs all the electric in the sewers. He's got a machine that runs them right up through the sewers. They're all underground.
I mean, I wasn't gonna bring it up last year because it wasn't a big deal to us.
We might think about that. Let's see what we get coming in on flyers.
Okay.
What do you think? 150 nonprofit, $200?
Well, let's make sure we're still paying, what is it, $40 per
45.
10, 45? Let's confirm
Let's
that.
find out what the past has been, because evidently they're not squabbling. In other words, if it's been two and a
I've got
quarter,
budget at home, I've got last year's budget sheet at home.
But she don't have what it's been paid on for spots. She never would give it out. Like this outfit paid
Who knows-
300.
we gotta know
Well,
some
this
people's
outfit
got
paid
moved, don't we?
150.
Just ask them what they paid the last year or year before.
We don't have a list on it. She wouldn't give us anything.
But I mean, we've gotta know, personally, we've gotta know people's got booths.
That guy at Hog Wild, anybody know anybody else?
I already talked to him. He's definitely coming.
Ask him what he paid.
I will.
Cause he would have been at least two, if
Two or
not
three. Yeah.
Let me look into that.
Okay.
In other words, if you say 200, they've been paying 2 and a quarter, you know.
Yeah.
3 spaces, $200 is cheap.
Yeah.
Plus water and electric. And we gotta pay for it.
Yeah, it seemed like it had to be charged, I don't know. Because technically,
We'll
we can't
look
get
into
water and
that.
electric.
We'll look
on
into
it.
that. Anything else? So we'll meet here 27th, and after the little meeting, we'll go down on the site. So, all right, got anybody else see anything?
No, sir.
Anybody else got nothing?
Just call me when you wanna go over there.
Thursday,
She'll find out. Motion adjourned.
So move.
Second,
second.
adjourned. At least we're having one. Been a battle.